Right, this one is going to be a little bit less madness, a little bit less fire breathing than my recent content, but I feel like this might interest a few of you, so let's get stuck into it. It absolutely rips. Oh. Handmade, right here in the UK, in my shop. Welcome to NawFabz. So what's happening, peeps? Welcome back to another video. As I've said, this one is not going to be appealing to everybody, but I'm pretty sure it's going to appeal to Mark 5 Caddy owners. This is a Mark 5 Caddy R-line, so nice looking van. Problem is, being an R-line style, and it's got nice seats in it, it's got nice styling, it's got wheels, it's got little bits of bling all over it, but it's not really got anything that screams R at the back on the bumper. So, over Messenger, I had a chat with this customer. He was sending me pictures of things like this, what I'll put up on screen, like fake bumpers with fake tips, should I say. So like a bumper diffuser with fake tips, which, yeah, they look all right, but they're a bit tacky, aren't they? Like, it's not really an actual exhaust, it's more of a fake exhaust than it is anything else. So I did dangle a maggot in front of this guy on a line, and he took the bait. And I said, let's try and push the boat out, let's do something a little bit different. So let me explain to you what we're gonna be doing today. I said to him, seeing as it's an R-line, why don't we do something more R? Why don't we do an actual exhaust, a real exhaust? Now, it is a 5th generation, so it is going to be like Euro 6, probably more. I don't know if they're up on Euro 7 now, I'm not sure. So it's completely covered in cats, DPFs, NOx cats, all sorts. There will be no sound increase from this, but styling-wise, I feel like we can do a little bit of something better. So what I said to him, I said, why don't we do something what I've not seen many people do yet? I said, why don't we cut this bumper out and why don't we put a real R32 exhaust in it? So like twin pipes, something different, rather than going towards edges, which are what a lot of people seem to do on these newer ones. Everyone seems to go towards edges. I said, why don't we do something what I've not seen before? Why don't we go for twin mid-pipe, real R32? You're probably wondering what this is in my hand. This is just a little stick-on, I don't know what you'd call it, like a little diffuser plate or whatever. The reason I told him to order this is I wanted something to break up the black and the red. Problem is, if we put the cutouts in here, we're going to put 2 silver tips in. I'll show you the tips, what he's picked. I'll show them you now, actually. So the tips he's picked are these ones. Yeah, nice looking tips. But problem is, they're just going to look a bit strange against the red. They're not really going to blend with the red. So I told him to just order this. It is simply just a stick-on diffuser plate. Now, if somebody come with that, I'd usually 9 times out of 10 say, what is that? That is disgusting. And it is not great. It is cheap, tacky looking now as you stick it on like that. But later on in the video, once we've stuck this on and we put some cutouts in it, and then the exhausts are coming out of that diffuser, I think we might actually be able to make this look pretty decent. But there is some buts. Obviously, this modification is not going to be reversible because we're cutting the actual bumper as well as the diffuser. So if he ever wants to revert this back, it is a new bumper job because there's going to be 2 holes in it. So it's non-reversible. That is problem 1. Problem 2, spare wheel well sits straight underneath, straight in the way where we need to build. So the customer's well aware that the spare wheel is now going to have to live in the boot, which I guess for some of you is not going to be an option. It might be a work van or whatever. The spare wheel well is not going to be able to live where it lives now doing the modification we're doing. So this owner has chosen styling over functionality, if you like. But yeah, feel like it might interest a few of you, bring you along with the journey, show you how we do. We're going to have to take a lot of measurements. We've got to get this cut out right. We get one go and one go only. If we cock this up and we get them too far to the left, too far to the right, we're screwed, and I'm putting a new bumper on this guy's van, and then that'll be costing me money, not earning me money. So we've got to do a lot of precise measurements, and we've got to make sure we get these cuts absolutely bang right first time. So let's get it up, and I'll show you underneath, show you what the exhaust looks like on a Mark 5, because it is slightly different. I've poked my head under it, it's slightly different, and I'll explain the situation with spare wheel while we're under there. Let's get it up. So underneath a Mark 5 Caddy, here is what you get. Very similar to a Mark 4 Caddy, Mark 3 Caddy. The spare wheel is very similar, but the exhaust and the rear axle is where the differences lie. So it is no longer running leaf springs. It is running now coil suspension on a beam axle, and that makes the exhaust routing very different to what a Mark 3 one is. You see the silencers there, and everything's very different in terms of the exhaust system itself. As I said earlier, you can see here we've got NOx cats, we've got DPFs, and a lot of emissions crap which is going to completely kill the sound of this van altogether. As I said earlier in the video, there will be no sound increase in this van. As a matter of fact, we're not even going back as far as the silencer. So what we'll be doing is we will be making a chop somewhere around here. Probably after that first bend there, we'll probably be making a chop, and that's where we'll be coming sort of bending round, linking into an R32 style exit. Now, as I did say, look, you'll notice the spare wheel is exactly in the way where we're going to be working, because we're doing twin center exits. So the spare wheel is right in the way. You could probably do it if you really wanted to mess around, but I want a nice job of this. I want good even flow. So as I've already spoke with the customer, we are going to take it off in this instance, the spare wheel. So that will be living in the boot. The carrier itself shouldn't be a problem. The carrier itself can stay there, but the actual wheel is going to have to come out because it's going to run very close to where we're going to want to run, and we don't want it in his way. So first job is we're going to take that off. So we'll do that now. We'll take that off. Then we'll make a cut in the exhaust system where we want to cut it. And then we'll stick this diffuser on, and then it's measure time. We need to make sure we measure this absolutely perfect. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, why don't you just go down center line at doors? Take a closer look. The doors are not symmetrical. The left door is bigger than the right door, which is going to pose some issues with measuring. As I said, we get one go, so we need to take measurements from various different points. And as the old saying goes, you measure 3 times and you cut once. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's get this spare off, let's get exhaust cut, get his little diffuser plate stuck on. Let's do some measurements. Right, go time. As you can see, the diffuser is on. Took a lot of measurements, you'll see lines here. So we measured between parking sensors, gave us a center line, then we went from edges of these ones just to make sure. Again, the black center line was right. In between these gaps here is your center line and diffuser. In between there, center line. Well, that lines up roughly to that parking sensor. That one lines up roughly to that one. Is it absolutely micro-millimeter perfect? Probably not. Is it close enough for you to never notice it's off? Absolutely. So we're happy with that. That's good enough. Close to it, middle. It's stuck on there good as well. It came with some like adhesive, what were it called? No, there was something else here that made it right sticky. Never used this before ever. It smells like white spirit. Automotive adhesion promotion. I tell you what, that will never come off there. This would do 300 mile an hour and that will never come off back of there. It's a horrible sticky stuff on my hands. So that's on there. Thing is now, we've got all this measured out. Pretty much all set up to cut. We're just making sure we've got everything out of the way, parking sensor wise out of the way at back. One thing we're not massively happy with is R32 exits are normally closer together, but if we do that, we're going to be half on these lumps, half off, so we've kind of opted to space them further apart, and we're going to try and put them sort of on these, whatever they are, little lump bulges, whatever. So I guess here goes the, we've measured everything 3 times. Time to drill someone's expensive bumper. Let's do it. No going back. We are committed. Looks about central. Can someone just make sure, just cast an eye up backside, just make sure I don't get close to any wires around. Alright, is that bar? Yeah. No going back. We've got a big asshole in the bumper. No going back. Alright, obviously I need to trim the edges off it to make it into a cutout, not just a hole. But in terms of the height though, that looks good. I think we'll pull that off. And we might just get away with notching this out corner and we won't have to do any of that bending. So I think if we just put a notch in that, I think we'll be able to get through there nicely. A little bit, we'll get away with a bit of upsweep on it and all to help.
I think you'll need a notch in that, it's lower than it. Yeah, it is lower than that.
The size is almost perfect. It just wants a trim around with thing just to make it look nice, but round 2. Ugh. I hope he likes it.
Well, do you want to pop that plastic thing out of that also first?
It's still stuck in there.
I asked him 5 times. Am I happy? He said yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't like it, we could always just glue them back in.
Tie wraps.
Right, here we go. Number 2. Bit of clean-up work then. We're just going to make sure my heights are right. Visually they look it because they look about both. I think this one might be a fraction higher, so I might have to just fettle that a little bit. But no biggie. No biggie, we're close. Turn them into actual cutouts rather than just holes. There we go, it's looking like an R32 exit. That one is a fraction lower. Just let me get, where's them verniers? Let's just make sure, just to see how much I need to go. Not much. Yeah, that's come out all right, I'm happy with that. That's come out all right though, now holes are in it. I tell you what, it looks half decent, that. Hey, all this is just in my mind. I just picture things in my mind and just hopefully they come out all right. And I think this one's gonna come out all right.
Well higher.
How much is well higher? Oh, it's not well higher, is it? It's like literally a millimetre. A millimetre. Let me get a flap disc and I'll just take it round a little bit just to sort it. All right, we'll sort that cock up out. I didn't want to do a lot at all.
A tiny little bit more.
It is shredding through it. Right, give me some measurements with verniers, then let me see if I need to alter the other side. Really good. Just make sure my height's right and I'll file it.
Tiny bit more. Talking tiny.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Looks pretty close to me, that does. Cutout is all done, filed them off. Now comes the satisfying bit of pulling the protective film off, and it should be nice and shiny and leave us with 2 lovely cutouts.
No pen lines.
No pen lines, couple of dog hairs. Ta-da! Right, we've just sent him a message, just with some tip options, some silver ones, some black ones, some carbon ones. Just need to see which ones he wants. once we know which ones he wants, we're going to get cracking and we're going to do what we do best. We're going to build exhaust. Right, there's the basics of the Y pipe. Now, customer has chose to go for the carbon tips instead of silver ones. So we're going to wrap them in masking tape shortly so we don't damage them when I'm working with them, because this is not like a generic size. I am going to have to make this custom to those holes. So there's going to be a few trial and errors offering it up and not offering it up, so we don't want to scratch them. So we're going to wrap them in masking tape. I don't know if this is the right width. You can see there on my original line I have cut them both a little bit longer, because longer's better. I can shorten it down, I can't add it on. So hopefully these are close, or maybe just a touch longer. We'll have a look in a second and I'll show you. We'll clean them up and we'll see how we're looking. Once that's done, we'll get to welding this up. It's not even clean at minutes, fresh off bandsaw. We'll get to welding these up and then we'll make the rest. And there we have completed Y-split, or complete-ish. It's not welded onto the other bit yet because we obviously haven't made it. I know I've just cut a little bit of that out, not gonna lie, I forgot to press record on camera, so I've just basically missed out all the part of me welding it and then shaping the end of it. But, well, there's plenty of other videos if you want to see how we do that. So that now can be propped up to the van. We'll use these stands to hold the tailpipes in position, and then we're simply just going to bend the rest of it up to meet that. Really simple from here on out. I think it looks absolutely sick. I don't want to say we're the first ones to do it, but I ain't seen any more like it. So yeah, probably not a first, but I'll tell you what, we'll let it down. We'll let you have a look front floor. There won't be any sound increase. I'll start it, let you listen to it, but we haven't changed any silencers or anything like that, so it won't sound no difference. But tell me that is not an improvement. Let's get it down. Let's have a look front floor. See what I mean? How it just flows with van, it just looks like it's meant to be there, doesn't look out of place. It helps with the wheels. If you tried doing this on a van with steelers on it, it'd look ridiculous. Because it's got the wheels and it's got the little bolt-ons, gloss black bits, I think that's why it suits it so well. But yeah, really happy with that. I believe customers going to be really happy with that as well. I think that is a damn good result.